So hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to tie this very simple but yet effective carp rig. This rig has caught me most of my fish over the years, so let me get on to how to tie it. The components you will need are, so you will need some dark matter braid or any other heavy uncoated braid. Some size 6 wide gapes, I'm using the last yard, super sharp hooks and nail them every time. Some sharp scissors for cutting braid, shrink tubing, a lighter and an anti-tangle sleeve, and a hair stop, some AAA shot, a baiting needle and some pop-ups of your choice. I'm using A2 Bait's Creamy Toffee. Firstly, start stripping off about 9 inches of braid. Then get your scissors and cut the braid. Now you've got your braid, now tie a hair loop. Like so. Now you can trim off the tag end nice and close to the knot, and you'll be left with something that looks like that. Now take your pop-up on the baiting needle and put it onto the hair like so. Push the latch over, slide it down, slide it on, and take the needle out, and it should look like that. You're now going to want to take some hair stops, trim one off of this roll, like so. Now take the hair stop and place it on the hair like so. Now pull down. Now that is locked in position. Now you're going to want to take your size 6 wide gape and thread the other end of the braid onto the eye of the hook and pull it down like so. So it looks like that. Now you're going to want to tie the hair. So now you're going to want to tie the knotless knot. Make sure to leave that much room, just so you can squeeze the shot on afterwards. So go round the eye of the hook and tie it on like so. It will look like that. Once you've gone round 8 times, now go back through the eye this way, through. Push that back through, now pull it down like so and pull it nice and tight, and then it should look like this. Now this just looks like a standard hair rig. This would catch carp, but I don't have enough confidence in this. Now take one of your AAA shot like so. Now place the shot on the braid, just sitting like this. Now you're going to want to squeeze that down with your teeth to close the shot. Once the shot is closed, it should look like this. Now get your shrink tube and cut a section off that's about 1 mm length. Like so. Thread the braid through the shrink tube, like so. And thread it down near to the hook, over the eye, and push it over the braid like so. A bit fiddly, and on there to the hook, curve of the hook, just in line like that. Now make sure to moisten the braid before you do this, but then grab your lighter and then shrink the shrink tube. Make sure to wet the braid so you don't burn it. This could work like this, a perfect streamlined setup like that. It goes straight into the fish's mouth, to sit like that and fly straight up. But I want to add some shrink tube down here to act as like a kicker to make it turn into the fish's mouth a lot better. So this time cut about 1 centimetre of shrink tube off. Like so. Thread the shrink tube onto the braid and down. Now thread it over the eye onto the braid. I'll pull the braid tight and make it a bit bent, the shrink tube a bit bent. Make sure the braid is moistened before we do this step, just to avoid burning the braid. But now shrink the shrimp tube with a lighter. That is now the finished end section of the rig. Now turns over very nicely and catches hold in the fish's mouth. Now make a hair loop on the other end, but ensure this one is a bit bigger, because this is what is going to go onto your leg clip setup. Grab a anti-tangle sleeve and slide it onto your baiting needle. Now get the baiting needle with the anti-tangle sleeve on, slide it onto the loop and slide the anti-tangle sleeve over and onto the rig. That will now stop it tangling when you cast. This here is now the finished rig. Nice short rig. Nails them every time. Sits up just like this, like a little wafter rig. Banging. Get on it or catch more fish, 100%. That's what the finished rig sits like. Lovely little wafter rig. Get on it. Caught me all my fish. Banging rig.